Now, if you want to become a paralegal, then what I share today will absolutely blow your mind. You can get job ready as a paralegal in as little as 6 months without going back to school, without getting a degree, and without drowning in student loan debt. Now, most of the advice you'll find online will lead you to an outdated path, one where you could burn $20,000 on tuition and waste 2 to 3 years of your life. And look, you do not need that. I mean, hey, none of us do. There is now a proven approach that can help you start towards this amazing career in the next few months. Now, this same approach has helped thousands of busy adults nationwide start towards their dream careers faster. And boom, today I'm going to show you exactly how it works. After watching this video, you will have a clear step-by-step blueprint to becoming a paralegal. Now, we have got a lot to unpack today, so make sure you stick with me until the end. And with all that being said, hey, let's get started. If you are new here, I am Landon, and on this channel, we share practical strategies and real-world tips to help you thrive as a paralegal. Look, right now, we feel we are witnessing a golden era for paralegals, with demand skyrocketing and opportunities expanding faster than ever before. Per the data available on the BLS, approximately 37,300 new paralegal job openings are projected each year over the next decade. Plus, the median wage for paralegals is around $61,000 annually, and the top paralegals can make close to 6 figures. As a paralegal, you become the backbone of the legal system. You are conducting critical legal research that shapes case strategies. You are drafting documents that can determine the outcome of major lawsuits. And you are the trusted advisor that clients turn to when they need guidance through complex legal processes. Ultimately, you can build a stable, long-term career as a paralegal or use it to launchpad into senior positions, legal management, or even law school to become an attorney. So the question is, what do you need to become a paralegal? Well, based on our research and conversations with hiring managers across the legal industry, there are 3 critical things that employers consistently look for when hiring paralegals. Requirement number 1, the right paralegal training. Getting proper training is absolutely foundational to your success as a paralegal. The right program sets you up to do the work the role demands. Look, employers want someone who can step in on day 1 and start contributing right away. And that is why the right training gives you the credibility to show that you belong in this role. Speaking of credibility, there is one thing that could help you stand out as an entry-level paralegal. If you have a university certificate for your paralegal training, that is considered best for your resume. In the legal world, trust and credibility are everything. A university certificate signals to employers that you took your education seriously and that you were trained by a reputable source that they can trust. Requirement number 2, certification. After you complete your formal training, the next step is to get certified as a paralegal. Here's how it works. You sit for a standardized national exam conducted by NALA, which is a nationally recognized body for paralegals. Now, when you pass, you earn the certified paralegal credential and can officially use the CP title next to your name. Now, there is an important distinction a lot of people miss. Training isn't the same as certification. When you finish a paralegal training program, you'll receive a completion certificate. Now that proves that you have finished the coursework, but it doesn't make you a certified paralegal. Certification only comes after you pass NALA's national exam. Now that is when you officially become a certified paralegal. Your training should set you up for that exam. So by the time you register, you have already built the knowledge and test readiness you need to pass. Now, having this NALA certification is like having a seal of approval from the industry's leading authority. It tells employers that you have been tested and validated by one of the most respected organizations in the paralegal field. When a hiring manager sees CP on a resume, they immediately understand you know how the work gets done. Pairing a university-issued training certificate with NALA certification puts you in a great position. You are showing that you have invested in structured training and proved your skills on a national exam. In a competitive job market, that combination could potentially be the difference between getting the interview and getting overlooked. And requirement number 3, experience. Now, this is more of a resume supercharger and a bonus rather than an absolute requirement. Think of practical experience as something that can set you apart from other entry-level candidates. It shows employers that you have gone beyond the classroom and understand what it's actually like to work in a legal setting. Some paralegal training programs offer pathways to gain this experience through externship and internships. Now, this hands-on experience could help you learn about local court procedures, how documents are filed, and on-the-ground expectations, the kind of details that make your first job easier. But here is the important thing to understand. While experience is valuable, it is not something that should prevent you from pursuing this career. The foundation starts with proper training and certification,
The experience can come as you build your career. Everything begins with getting the right training. That is your foundation, and honestly, it is the most critical decision you'll make in this entire process. Your training prepares you for the career and the certification exam. It teaches you the skills employers want and gives you the confidence to excel in your first paralegal role. Now the question is, how do you choose the right paralegal training? Well, you have got two main pathways to get your paralegal training. Now, the first and most common is to enroll in a full-time on-campus college program. Now, this is what most people immediately think of when they consider paralegal training. The second option is getting your training online. Now, let's talk about the first option. A university route for your paralegal education does come with its advantages. You get a university certificate, which carries a significant amount of respect in the legal world. Additionally, college programs are updated consistently, and that curriculum typically is in line with the latest guidelines. But here is the catch. For busy adults with a job or family responsibilities, full-time on-campus education can quickly turn into a nightmare. It forces you to put everything else on hold. And for most adults, that trade-off simply doesn't work. Here are the top problems associated with an on-campus education. Problem number one, the financial burden. Most college paralegal programs charge anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000 just for tuition. That is a massive investment for most people. To afford it, many students end up taking on student loans, and I have read countless stories of paralegals who are still paying off their education debt years after graduation. Look, you are trying to start a career that's going to improve your life, but you're beginning that journey by going into debt that could take years to pay off. Now, is that something that you really want? And tuition is just the beginning. Every semester brings textbook costs. Then there are campus and parking fees, plus the daily cost of commuting. These expenses pile up fast. Now, if you choose a campus education for your paralegal training, you need to prepare for a significant financial commitment. Problem number two, time commitment. These programs typically take 18 to 24 months to complete. That is nearly 2 years of your life. Now, what is particularly frustrating is that a big chunk of that time isn't even paralegal training. You are pushed into general ed classes, college algebra, composition, courses that won't make you better at the job. You are paying thousands of dollars and spending precious time learning things that you'll never use in your actual job. Problem number three, inflexible schedule. Now, this is probably the most challenging aspect for working adults. With college programs, all your classes are scheduled at specific times. You don't pick the hours. The college does. There is absolutely no wiggle room. Now, we have seen countless people run into this wall. They had jobs, kids, or other responsibilities, but the college expected them to arrange their entire life around the school schedule. If you miss classes, you start falling behind. It's a system that simply wasn't designed for busy adults trying to improve their careers while managing real-world responsibilities. Now, I know you were sitting there thinking, Landon, these problems with college programs sound very real, but what other options do I have? You keep mentioning the importance of a university certificate. How do I even get that without going back to school? And to even take the NALA certification exam, don't I have to go to an ABA approved program? Well, remember at the beginning when I told you about a revolutionary approach that is designed to help you get job ready faster? Well, using this same approach, you can get a university certificate for your paralegal training without going back to school. I will be sharing the details soon, so stay tuned. But first, let me address this myth that you need an ABA-approved program to become a paralegal or to take the NALA exam. Here's the truth. You do not need to graduate from an ABA-approved program to take the NALA certification exam. NALA has multiple pathways to meet its certification requirements. You don't have to go the traditional ABA-approved route. In fact, NALA has what's called a 60 semester hours category for certification eligibility. This means you can complete a qualifying paralegal program through other accredited sources and still be eligible to sit for their exam. The key is making sure your program meets NALA specific requirements, not necessarily that it's ABA approved. Now, let's talk about the other options you have to get your paralegal training. Online programs. Because of everything we just covered about campus programs, a lot of people will look online. And honestly, online education makes a lot of sense for paralegal training. You can learn from home, it is typically more affordable than college programs, and you get the flexibility that busy adults desperately need. However, there are some serious drawbacks with most online paralegal programs that you need to know about. First, the training for most of these programs isn't through an accredited source. Getting your training from an unaccredited source could raise red flags in the eyes of an employer. Second, the curriculum is often outdated. Some programs haven't refreshed their material in years. Third, you might not even be eligible to take the NALA certification exam. And finally, you miss out on that university certificate. Most online programs give you a generic completion certificate from organizations that most employers have never heard of. It simply doesn't carry the same weight as university credentials. So to recap the two main training pathways, on one side, there's a traditional college route, rigid schedules, long timelines, and a price tag that often pushes people towards student loans. It's just not built for busy adults. On the other side, you have online programs where you risk getting subpar training from unaccredited sources. You might not even be eligible for NALA certification, and you miss out on that crucial university certificate. Look, with these options, you are forced into a lose-lose situation. You either sacrifice your time, money, and flexibility with college programs, or you gamble with your future by choosing an online program that might not prepare you properly for this career. So what are you supposed to do? Well, there is a reason why I asked you to stay until the end of this video. I wanted to show you the real problems with the options that everyone else will recommend. Everyone will tell you the same two options: go to college or pick some random online program. But as we discussed, both of these paths have serious drawbacks. However, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there is a third path. We recently discovered something that completely changed our perspective on paralegal education. We found an approach that solves every single problem that we have discussed. An approach that is designed for busy adults. An approach that could help you get job ready faster. An approach that's convenient, affordable, and in line with what employers want. This proven approach has helped thousands of students nationwide start towards their dream careers. Introducing the Preppy approach. Now, before we share all the details, we wanted to show some real case studies of students who have used the Preppy approach to start towards their career. Meet Macarena. Macarena was able to get paralegal training while working in a bank. Here is what she said.
Thank you, Preppy. Thank you for partnering with an awesome university at a low cost with your self-paced program that you can finish in as little as 3-4 months. That's just unbelievable. Something that I haven't heard of in a while, and it really helps a lot of people to achieve their dreams. So thank you, Preppy.
Here is Miss Petrova. Before Preppy, she was a homemaker. Here is what she had to say.
Thank you, Preppy, for preparing me for a new career when I thought it was too late to start one, but you showed me that it's more than possible, even if you have a crazy life schedule that you need to work around. You were the program I needed in my life to achieve the life that I wanted for myself and for my children.
Meet Meredith. Before Preppy, she was working as a bartender and wanted to switch to a career where she can have a real impact. Here is what she had to say.
Thank you, Preppy, for helping me get my career started as fast as possible and efficient with the knowledge I need to be the best to succeed.
Now, these were just a few examples. You can find countless success stories of people who were finally able to go after their dreams because of Preppy. Now, to get started with the Preppy approach, all you need to do is enroll in Preppy's paralegal certification program. Here is everything you get with Preppy's program. 100% online and self-paced. With Preppy, you have complete freedom from classroom education. Your training is 100% online, giving you the convenience of learning from the comfort of your own home. The program is also self-paced, so you don't have to worry about fixed classroom schedules. You can move through the program at your own pace on your own schedule. The pressure of attending classes and commuting to campus daily can be overwhelming. And that is why online education is so much better and feasible for busy adults. With Preppy, you get that. You don't have to stress about missing classes or worry about expensive childcare during lectures. Your training fits your life, not the other way around. In partnership with an accredited university. Earlier in the video, I talked about how important a university certificate is for your paralegal training. One of the biggest drawbacks with most online programs is that you don't get a university certificate for your training. Well, this is where Preppy has completely changed everything. Preppy's program is in partnership with a prestigious accredited university. Yep, your training is essentially through this university, and after completing Preppy's program, you get a university certificate for your paralegal training. Instead of a piece of paper from some random for-profit organization, you have university credentials that employers know and trust. And beyond just the resume, imagine having that university certificate hanging on your wall at work. It's a credential you'll be proud to show off. Next, faster completion. Preppy's program is self-paced, meaning you could complete the program in as little as 6 months. Not years like other programs, months. With Preppy, you get laser sharp training focused exactly on what you need to know as a paralegal. Plus, with Preppy, you don't have to worry about falling behind. You have access to the program for a full year, so you can pause when you need to and pick up where you left off. Now, this is one of the things that makes Preppy stand out. They don't force you into this one-size-fits-all model that most paralegal schools use. If you want to move quickly and complete your training faster, you can. Now, if you'd rather take things slow, you have the freedom to move through the course at your own pace. It is really up to you. Next, with Preppy, you are ready for NALA certification. With Preppy's program, you get all the skills and knowledge you need to crush the NALA certification exam. After completing your training with Preppy, you can apply and sit for your certification exam to get that awesome certified paralegal credential. Preppy's program is updated consistently to stay in line with the latest NALA guidelines. The program includes interactive quizzes that mirror the questions you'll see on the actual certification exam. Now, by the time you sit for the exam, you'll already be familiar with the format and the types of questions, so it feels like a natural next step rather than a scary hurdle. Now, just to clarify, with Preppy's program, you are eligible to take the exam. Preppy's program falls under NALA's 60 semester hour category. When you complete the program, you get a transcript from the university, share that with NALA, and boom, take the exam. In short, with Preppy, you have everything you need and more to be a certified paralegal. And finally, there is one last thing that really sets Preppy apart. With Preppy, you are eligible for an externship opportunity. Now, remember when we talked about how valuable hands-on experience can be for your resume? With Preppy, you are eligible for an externship opportunity where you can work in a real legal environment and gain practical experience as a paralegal. Now, in some cases, even after you graduate from a paralegal program, you have little knowledge about your local legal regulations and procedures. With Preppy's externship, which is available across the USA, you could get to work at a local firm and possibly get that hands-on experience working as a paralegal. Now, alternatively, you can take advantage of their job assistance services. Now, their team works with you and your resume and connects you with employers who are actively hiring paralegals. Look, overall, we feel Preppy isn't just preparing you for the role, it is helping you take those first real steps into your paralegal career. Okay then, so let's do a quick recap of everything you get with Preppy's paralegal program. First, the program is 100% online and completely self-paced. That means you study on your own schedule without having to give up your job or family commitments. Second, their program is in partnership with an accredited university. When you finish, you get a university certificate for your paralegal training, but without going back to school. Third, faster completion. You can finish your training in as little as 6 months. Fourth, the program is designed to get you ready for the NALA certification exam. The lessons and quizzes line up with the actual test. So by the time you sit for it, you'll know exactly what to expect. Fifth, you are eligible for an externship opportunity. With that, you could work in a legal setting and get real-world work experience. And alternatively, you can also use their job assistance services. Overall, we feel Preppy is the complete package. It's not just another training program, it is a radical new approach that is designed to get you job ready. How much does it cost? I am sure that is exactly what you were waiting for. Now, as you know, tuition for college programs could easily run upwards of $15,000. Even online programs often cost between $3,000 and $5,000. Now, this is where Preppy truly sets itself apart. It is insanely affordable. You get full access to Preppy's paralegal certification program for just $1,599. Now, you are getting 100% online university-backed training, NALA exam preparation, externship opportunity, job assistance services. I mean, Preppy is the complete package. But wait, since you were discovering about Preppy's program through this channel, they have added a special gift. You can save an additional $100. All you gotta do is use the code PLAYBOOK at checkout. With this insane discount, you can enroll in the program for just $1,499. Look, overall, I can easily say this. If you want to become a paralegal, we strongly suggest Preppy's Paralegal Certification Program. Now, to check out our program and enroll, you can click on the link shared down below. When you click that link, you'll be directed to their course page where you can complete your enrollment online and start right away. You can also chat with their support team if you have any questions about the program. Now, as I mentioned, you can complete your enrollment online and you'll get access to the program on the same day. Look, there are not any long application forms to fill out and you don't have to deal with pushy sales reps. The process is simple, straightforward, and you can begin your training the very same day. Look, we were really excited to share all the details about Preppy's program, and we genuinely believe it is the solution that busy adults have been waiting for. The program is built to work for people in all kinds of situations. If you're a single parent balancing family and work, Preppy gives you the flexibility to train on your schedule. If you're a busy professional looking to switch careers, it gives you the convenience to make that transition without putting your life on hold. And if you are eager to get into the legal field quickly, Preppy could help you get job ready in as little as 6 months. Once again, to check out the program, just click the link below and enroll today. Don't forget to use the code PLAYBOOK at checkout to save an additional $100. Now that is all that we have for you today, folks. You now have a clear blueprint on how to become a paralegal, and we really hope you found this video helpful. Please give it a like and drop a comment below if you have any questions about Preppy's program. We'll personally be there to answer, all right? This is Landon, your paralegal guide, signing off. See you in the next video.